Basic game rules. At first glance, basketball looks chaotic. 10 players sprinting bodies, colliding shots flying every few seconds. But underneath all that motion is a surprisingly clean structure. The basic game rules are what keep basketball from turning into complete madness. Everything starts with the teams. A basketball game is played between two teams, and each team is allowed 5 players on the court at one time. Not 6, not 7, 5. This balance matters. With fewer players, spacing opens up. With more, the court clogs. 5 creates just enough room for speed, skill, and decision-making to matter. The goal is simple: score more points than the other team. There are no style points. No yagging. The scoreboard does not care how pretty the basket was. A lucky bounce counts the same as a highlight dunk. When the final buzzer sounds, the only thing that matters is the number at the top. Games are divided into 4 quarters, not 2 halves like some other sports. This breaks the action into manageable pieces. Players rest. Coaches adjust. Momentum swings. Each quarter is its own mini-battle, and a terrible start does not mean the game is over. Basketball always leaves room for a comeback. When regulation ends, the rule is ruthless. If the score is tied, nobody goes home. The game moves into overtime. 5 more minutes. Same rules. Same pressure. And if it is still tied, another overtime. And another. Basketball does not accept draws. Someone has to win. One important thing fans often miss is that substitutions are constant. Players can be swapped in and out during stoppages, which keeps the pace high and the energy fresh. It is why basketball feels non-stop compared to other sports. These basic rules sound simple, but together they create the rhythm of the game. 5 players, 4 quarters, 1 scoreboard, endless chances to swing the outcome. Basketball is not complicated by design. It is complicated by competition, and that is exactly why it works. Time rules. In basketball, time is the invisible opponent. You're not just playing the other team. You're racing the clock every single possession. And the time rules are what turn basketball into a constant pressure cooker. A standard basketball game is broken into 4 quarters. In the NBA, each quarter lasts 12 minutes. That might not sound like much, but when you're sprinting, jumping, and fighting for space, those minutes stretch forever. Every second is accounted for. There's no coasting. The clock is always watching. Once the ball is live, the game clock runs continuously. It only stops during specific moments: fouls, violations, timeouts, and when the ball goes out of bounds late in games. That's why end-of-game situations feel so intense. 10 seconds can last 5 real minutes, with coaches calling timeouts, players advancing the ball, and fans barely breathing. Then there's overtime. If the score is tied after regulation, the game doesn't end in a handshake. Instead, both teams get 5 more minutes. Same rules, same intensity. Fatigue becomes a factor. Legs get heavier. Mistakes get louder. And if it's still tied, another overtime. Basketball refuses to settle for a draw. Timeouts are another major piece of time control. Each team is given a limited number of timeouts per game. Coaches use them to stop momentum, draw up plays, or just let their stars catch their breath. Waste them early, and you'll regret it late. Save them too long, and you might never get the chance. And then there's the clock within the clock, the shot clock. While the game clock tracks the quarter, the shot clock forces action. Teams can't stall. They can't hold the ball and wait. They must attempt a shot before the shot clock expires, or they lose possession. This rule alone is why basketball stays fast, aggressive, and watchable. Together, these time rules create urgency. You're always chasing something: a lead, a stop, or just one more second. In basketball, time doesn't just measure the game. It shapes it. Scoring rules. Scoring in basketball feels simple on the surface. Ball goes in, points go up. But the rules behind scoring are the reason basketball is a game of spacing, decision-making, and risk. Every shot on the court is a choice, and each choice comes with a different reward. Most baskets in basketball are worth 2 points. These are shots taken from inside the 3-point line. Layups, dunks, floaters, mid-range jumpers, the reliable stuff. Coaches love these shots because they're efficient. They're closer to the rim, harder to miss, and easier to control. When teams need guaranteed points, They usually go inside the arc. But then there's the shot that changed the entire sport, the three-pointer. Any shot taken with both feet behind the three-point line is worth 3 points. That one extra point may not sound huge, but over the course of a game, it completely shifts the math. A team can miss more shots and still stay close just by hitting threes. Defenses are forced to stretch wider. One mistake, one late closeout, and suddenly the scoreboard flips. Then come free throws, the quietest points in the game. Each free throw is worth 1 point, awarded when the defense commits a foul. No defenders, no excuses. Just the shooter, the rim, and the pressure. Some players live at the free throw line, others struggle there. And those misses can haunt a team for years. For a basket to officially count, the ball must go entirely through the hoop from above. You can't tip it in from underneath. You can't touch the rim while the ball is on its way down. If that happens, it's called basket interference or goaltending, and the points may be waved off or awarded automatically. What makes scoring fascinating is that the rules don't tell players how to score, only how much it's worth. The rest is creativity. That's why two teams can play the same game and look completely different. Because in basketball, scoring isn't just about points. It's about choosing when to take the risk. Shot clock rules. If the game clock is the heartbeat of basketball, the shot clock is its anxiety. It's the rule that forces action, kills hesitation, and turns every possession into a countdown. Before the shot clock existed, basketball had a problem. Teams would get a small lead, then simply hold the ball, pass it around, kill time. Fans hated it. Games slowed to a crawl. So the league introduced a simple rule with massive consequences. You have a limited number of seconds to shoot. In the NBA and most professional leagues, teams get 24 seconds to attempt a shot once they gain possession. That clock starts the moment the ball is touched inbounds. From that point on, there's no hiding. You can pass, dribble, set screens, but eventually the ball has to go up. And it's not enough to just throw it. The shot must leave the shooter's hand before the clock hits 0, and it must hit the rim. If the buzzer sounds first or the ball misses everything, it's a violation. No debate. The ball goes to the other team. The shot clock resets after certain events. If the defense touches the ball, or if there's a foul, the clock refreshes. After an offensive rebound, the offense doesn't get a full reset. Instead, they're given 14 seconds to act again. This keeps the pace high and stops endless second chances. Late in games, the shot clock becomes psychological warfare. A team protecting a lead wants to use every second. A team trailing wants a quick shot. You'll see players glance at the clock, panic slightly, and rush decisions. That's the shot clock doing its job. This rule exists to reward confidence and punish indecision. The best players don't just beat defenders, they beat the clock. They know exactly how long they have and use every second with purpose. Without the shot clock, basketball would be slower, safer, and boring. With it, every possession feels urgent. In this game, waiting too long is the fastest way to lose the ball. Player movement rules. Basketball is a game of motion, but not all movement is allowed. The player movement rules exist to draw a hard line between skill and chaos. Without them, the game would look more like a track meet than a sport built on control and balance. Everything starts with dribbling. If a player wants to move with the ball, they must dribble it. That bouncing motion is the permission slip. The moment the dribble stops, movement becomes restricted. You can't just grab the ball and keep running. Basketball demands that your feet and hands work together. Once a player picks up the ball, the concept of the pivot foot takes over. One foot becomes anchored to the floor. That foot can rotate, allowing the player to fake, scan the court, and create space. But if that pivot foot lifts and comes back down before the ball leaves the hands, the play is dead. That's a travel, and possession is gone. Then there's the gather step, the most misunderstood part of movement in modern basketball. When a player is moving and gathers the ball, they're allowed 2 steps. Those steps are meant to help slow down or go up for a shot, not to extend the play. Take a 3rd step, hesitate too long, or shuffle your feet after stopping, and the violation is immediate. Another key rule is carrying, also called palming. A player isn't allowed to put their hand fully under the ball and pause it while dribbling. doing that gives too much control and turns the dribble into a carry. While this rule is enforced differently at different levels, it still exists to protect fairness. All of these movement rules serve the same purpose: balance. They prevent players from overpowering the game with pure speed or strength. They reward footwork, timing, and awareness. When movement rules are broken, there are no free throws, no arguments. The whistle blows, the ball changes hands, and the game moves on. In basketball, how you move matters just as much as where you move. Because in this sport, freedom exists, but only inside the rules. Violations, no foul shot. Violations in basketball are like invisible tripwires. You might be dominating the game, hitting threes, driving past defenders, but one small misstep, one rule broken, and the ball is gone. No free throws, no excuses, just lost possession. The first common violation is out of bounds. If the ball touches the line or lands outside it, the possession flips instantly. It doesn't matter if it was accidental or intentional. One moment you're scoring, the next, the other team is sprinting down the court. Then there's the backcourt violation, which is simple in concept, but deadly if ignored. Once a team crosses half court with the ball, they can't pass it back over. Doing so gives the ball away. Teams that forget this in the heat of a fast break often give up easy points, and fans notice instantly. Another is the 3-second violation. Offensive players can't camp inside the paint for more than 3 seconds. It sounds minor, but staying too long gives an unfair advantage near the rim. Defenders love it when this rule is enforced because it forces constant movement and prevents easy baskets. The 5-second violation hits those who hesitate. If a player fails to inbound the ball or is closely guarded without acting for 5 seconds, the ball goes to the other team. Similarly, the 8-second violation forces the offense to cross half court in time, preventing stalling and keeping the pace high. And finally, basketball has rules like goaltending and basket interference, where touching the ball illegally on its way down or on the rim cancels the points. These rules protect fairness and make scoring skill-based, not luck-based. Violations might seem small, but they shape the game. They reward speed, awareness, and precision, and punish carelessness instantly. In basketball, breaking a violation isn't just a mistake. It's handing the other team a free opportunity. Foul rules. In basketball, a foul is more than just a bump or a nudge. It's a legal physical contact, and the rules are strict to keep the game fair. Every collision is scrutinized because the players are fast, strong, and the stakes are high. Personal fouls are the most common. Hitting, pushing, or holding a player to gain an advantage. If it happens during a shot attempt, it becomes a shooting foul, awarding free throws to the player. Miss the basket but get fouled? Still free throws. This is how basketball punishes mistakes without stopping the game entirely. Then there's non-shooting fouls, fouls that happen away from the basket. These usually give the ball to the other team, but if a team accumulates too many, they enter the bonus, triggering free throws anyway. Offensive fouls exist too. Charging into a defender or setting illegal screens can result in lost possession. Then there are technical fouls for unsportsmanlike behavior and flagrant fouls, which are excessive or dangerous contact. These are serious, sometimes even ejecting the player from the game. Fouls are designed to balance physicality with skill. They reward smart, clean play and punish reckless or aggressive behavior. In essence, fouls remind players that basketball isn't about who's strongest. It's about who's smartest. Foul limits. In basketball, fouls come with limits, and those limits shape every move on the court. In the NBA, each player can commit 6 personal fouls. Once a player reaches that number, they foul out and cannot return. This rule creates tension and strategy. Star players must play aggressively to help their team, but one careless foul can end their impact for the rest of the game. It's not just individuals. Teams also face consequences. If a team exceeds a set number of fouls in a quarter, they enter the bonus. Suddenly, even minor contact gives free throws to the opponent. This prevents teams from stalling or intentionally fouling to control the clock. Every foul counts. Every decision is critical. Foul limits also affect coaching strategies. Coaches might pull a star early to avoid losing them during a crucial stretch. Bench players may get unexpected minutes, altering the team's dynamics. Late in games, players must balance aggression and caution. One foul can shift momentum, change plays, and determine the outcome. In essence, foul limits are a tool to keep basketball fair and exciting. They force players to think, strategize, and adapt. Every contact matters, and every foul carries a consequence. Success in basketball isn't just about skill. It's about smart, controlled play under pressure. Free throw rules. Free throws are basketball's most pressure-packed moments. Unlike jumpers or dunks, there's no defender to block you. Just you, the rim, and the clock. Each successful free throw is worth 1 point, but the rules around it are strict, and they can turn the tide of a game. When fouled during a shot, or when a team is in the bonus, a player is awarded free throws. They must stay behind a free throw line and maintain proper stance. Leaning over the line or stepping into the lane too early is a violation, canceling the shot and giving the ball back to the opponent. Lane violations, where teammates or defenders enter the painted area too soon, also nullify attempts. Timing, focus, and discipline are everything here. The shooter has 10 seconds to release the ball. 10 seconds might feel generous, but under the pressure of a roaring crowd and game on the line, it can feel like an eternity. Every missed shot matters. Every point counts. Players often practice thousands of free throws in their careers, knowing that championships can hinge on these quiet, solitary shots. Free throws are deceptively strategic. They're not just points, they're momentum, they're pressure, they're opportunity. A player who can calmly sink free throws in high-pressure situations becomes invaluable. In basketball, free throws separate good players from legends. Possession rules. In basketball, possession is everything. Every play, every point starts with control of the ball, and the rules governing possession are designed to make the game fair and flowing. Every game starts with a jump ball at center court. Two players leap for the ball while the referee watches closely, and the winner of the tip sets the tone for the opening possession. After that, the game relies on an alternating possession arrow system. Whenever two players tie up the ball or a held ball situation occurs, the arrow determines which team gets the ball next. This keeps disputes minimal and ensures fairness. Possession changes constantly. Scores, turnovers, violations, and fouls all force the ball to switch hands. Teams must value every possession. They're precious opportunities to score. One careless turnover can give the opponent an easy basket and change the momentum instantly. Teams build their strategies around possession, controlling pace, exploiting mismatches, and managing the shot clock. Even subtle things matter. Inbounding quickly, moving without the ball, and protecting it from defenders all influence possession. It's a chess game in motion. In the end, possession rules are what make basketball a fast-paced, high-stakes battle. Without them, the game would descend into chaos. But with them, every pass, dribble, and shot matters. Substitution rules. Substitutions in basketball might seem simple. Swap a player for another. But they're far more strategic than most fans realize. Players can be substituted during dead ball situations, which means anytime the action pauses, after a made basket, timeout, or foul. Timing is everything. Bring in a fresh player too early, and you might waste energy. Too late, and you miss an opportunity to shift momentum. Teams have unlimited substitutions, but they must be smart. Star players often need rest without losing rhythm, while bench players can provide bursts of energy, defensive stops, or even surprise scoring. Coaches carefully monitor the clock, the flow of the game, and matchups on the floor. A well-timed substitution can flip the game in a matter of seconds. Players who are subbed out can re-enter later, giving coaches flexibility to adjust lineups as the game evolves. Injuries, fouls, or tactical changes all influence substitution strategy. In high-level basketball, the bench isn't just backup, it's a weapon. Teams that manage rotations smartly keep legs fresh, maintain intensity, and exploit mismatches. Substitutions show that basketball is more than just skill and strength. It's a constant strategic chess match. Every player on the floor matters, every swap matters, and the right substitution at the right moment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Referee and official rules. Referees are the ultimate authority on a basketball court. They enforce the rules, keep order, and make split-second decisions that affect the game's outcome. Every whistle, hand signal, and decision is designed to keep the sport fair, competitive, and safe. Most referee calls are final, and players must adapt immediately. While instant replay exists for certain critical situations, like buzzer beaters, flagrant fouls, or disputed last-second shots, most calls are not reviewable. This adds drama and unpredictability to the game. A single decision can shift momentum, energize fans, or frustrate players. Officials monitor everything: traveling, fouls, violations, time, shot clock, and even subtle off-ball actions. Their job isn't just to penalize mistakes, it's to maintain the flow. Experienced referees anticipate plays, position themselves to see angles others can't, and communicate constantly to keep the game fair. The presence of referees also influences strategy. Coaches and players adjust behavior, knowing the refs are watching closely. Even minor infractions, if repeated, can lead to fouls, turnovers, or technical penalties. In short, referees are the invisible backbone of basketball. Without them, the sport would descend into chaos. Their decisions shape not just the scoreboard, but the rhythm, strategy, and intensity of every game. Winning the game. At its core, basketball is simple. The team with the most points wins. But achieving that isn't easy. Every pass, dribble, shot, and defensive stop contributes to the final outcome, and the rules are designed to reward skill, strategy, and smart execution. Games are divided into quarters, and scores are tallied throughout. When the buzzer sounds at the end of regulation, the team with more points claims victory. But basketball doesn't settle for ties. If the score is level, the game goes into overtime, typically 5 minutes. If needed, multiple overtimes are played until a winner emerges. Each extra period raises tension, fatigue, and stakes. One basket can decide the outcome, and every possession becomes critical. Winning isn't just about scoring. Teams must manage fouls, possessions, and player rotations, exploiting mismatches while preventing mistakes. Coaches strategize every move, players calculate every decision, and the clock becomes as much of an opponent as the opposing team. Ultimately, the scoreboard tells the story, but basketball is more than numbers. It's a blend of athleticism, intelligence, and mental toughness. The team that executes the rules best, balances aggression with caution, and performs under pressure walks away victorious. In the end, winning is a reward for skill, strategy, and composure, all bound together by the rules that govern the game. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our basketball breakdowns. See you in the next one.